And my new mooncake molds are so cute, I cannot wait to use them. Hi everyone, it's Tash and welcome to another recipe video. And today we're going to be making sweet chestnut paste salted egg yolk mooncakes. And these are going to be Cantonese style baked ones. I haven't bought any mooncake molds in years. I've been working with my old ones for ages, so I'm so excited to be playing around with some new ones today. And these are 50-gram size mooncakes, so they're mini bite-sized ones. Well, 2 bite-sized ones. I doubt you could finish one in a single bite unless you had a very big mouth. Or you could, but it wouldn't be very safe. And I'm making a very simple dough for the outside. It's quite a traditional dough, and it is much simpler than the baked to chill mooncakes that I made a little while ago, but they are equally as delicious. I'm going to be using a pre-made paste for the filling because I don't want to make another homemade filling again. I've already done my time with the taro and the cheesecake filling. And although I'm using a chestnut paste, you can feel free to use any you want. Lotus paste, sweet red bean, black sesame paste, any sweet paste that you can find from your local Chinese superstore, or feel free to make from scratch too. I also use frozen salted duck egg yolks for this recipe. I found that in the frozen section of my local Chinese supermarket too. You can use fresh, and if you're using fresh you can cook it 2 ways. You can either boil them and then peel off the egg whites and use them for something else and then just use the cooked egg yolk inside. Or you can crack them while they're raw, and the egg yolks themselves will be a little bit solidified already because they've been salted and cured, but then those you can steam or bake. With these frozen ones though, I do have to steam them just for a little bit. But I'll show you all that later. So let's go to the kitchen and see how it's done. The first thing we need to do is steam or cook, you can also bake these for a couple of minutes, some salted duck egg yolks. These ones I actually found frozen in my local Asian supermarket, but you can get the fresh salted duck eggs and you can actually boil those and then take away the white and then use the cooked egg yolks aside. Or you can crack the eggs in a bowl, scoop the egg yolks out because they'll be a bit solid by then because of the salting process, and then either steam or bake them. But I'm just going to steam them for 10 to 15 minutes. These frozen ones that I found are already a bit solid, so I think I'm just going to do them for 10 minutes, but if you're using raw ones then 15 to 20 minutes, just until they're just about solid. Right, these are just about ready. And I'm going to take them off the heat to cool down. I'm going to preheat the oven to 180 degrees C. Next we're going to make the dough for the pastry casing. And for that we need 200 grams of plain flour, 50 milliliters of vegetable oil, and there's a reason why I am turning the container while I do this, is because I'm going to use this to also measure out the golden syrup, so I don't want it to stick. And for golden syrup we need 120 milliliters of the stuff. See? Barely any stickage. And those are literally all the ingredients we need for our dough, so let's bring that together. Now that we have a nice soft dough out of it, I'm actually going to divide this into 12 balls. And I'm actually going to measure this out. So each one needs to be about 30 to 31 grams each. So let's do one. Let's see if I can eyeball one. See how much this is. Oh, close. Oh, not so close then. 23 grams. A little bit more. A little bit more. 33. Get rid of a bit. Let's make it 31. 31 grams. Roll it up into a ball. Done. Let's do that 12 times. I haven't done a snap transition in a while actually. Let's do a snap transition. 3, 2, 1, and here we are. And I've got a confession to make. I've made 13. My maths has never been very good. I have to admit I'm not a numbers person. I'm a writer, I'm a words person. Anyway, excuses aside, I've actually made 13 lots of 31 to 30 gram balls. And actually this is quite handy because I'm meeting a vegan friend in a couple of days, so I'll actually make a yolkless one for her. Now the next thing we need to do is sort out some sweet paste balls. Usually people use lotus seed paste or red bean paste. I'm actually going to use chestnut paste for this which is made out of white bean paste and chestnuts. So just a little bit different, but you can use any sweet filling paste you like. Now originally, and this is a little bit of paste here, I was going to make 12 lots of 24-25 gram balls to make 12 mooncakes. But now that we're going to have 13, it should be 13 times 25 gram balls. But we don't have an egg yolk for one of those, so one of them I'm going to make slightly bigger. That will be my 13th one. But if you're making 13 with 13 egg yolks, then all of them need to be the same size. All of them need to be 24-25 grams. So let's make our paste filling. I did this one in advance. Let's make another one. Get a bit more chestnut paste. Weigh it. That's a little bit much. Take some away. And that's 25. I'll roll that up. And we're just going to keep going. Let's do another transition. 3, 2, 1. Here we are. We've got 12 lots of 25 gram balls. And for my unfilled one, I've made one that's 35 grams. So this one's big because it's not going to have yolk inside. So we don't want a tiny mooncake. So that's a good tip actually. If you don't want any egg yolks in the middle and you just want the paste, then make sure your paste balls are 35 gram sized. Now what we need to do is get these into these, and these are our chestnut paste balls. Except for this one of course, which I'm leaving yolk free. To do that, we're going to make little dumplings. Take one ball, give it a bit of a pinch, just making a disc out of it. Actually, I'll get a plate ready so I can put these ones on so I don't get confused. Pop an egg yolk in the centre and close her up. Roll back into a neat ball. And set aside. Nice. And now we need to get these inside these, our pastry balls. And that includes our unfilled one, which I'm keeping aside just in case I forget which one it is. So we need to do exactly the same thing as last time. Let me get my spare plate ready. We need to take the outside bit and flatten it. So I'm taking a pastry ball, flattening it into a disc, and I am also pinching the outsides a little bit more so that we don't end up with one really thick side. Grab a filled paste ball and I'm going to gently bring that pastry around the top. And you just do that again and again. All done. I've got this one separated here, and now it's time for my favourite part, shaping these. I'm actually going to start with this vegan no egg yolk one here because I don't want to contaminate it for my friend. And I have my extremely adorable new cat mooncake bowl. This is so cute. It says Jiao Cai Jin Bao, Jiao Cai Jin Bao. And although of course these are the other way around, because when we impress them they're going to be the right way around. And it just means like we're wishing you for fortune and prosperity to come into your house. So these are a pair. I'm going to go for this first one to make my friend's one, even though it is incomplete. And I've got a bowl of plain flour here. What I'm going to do is, oh, it's a bit sticky, carefully free it, re-roll it because I made a bit of a mess. Very sticky, and I'm going to lightly roll it, oh actually maybe generously roll it is better, in the flour because I don't want it to stick to the mould. And don't worry about it looking floury because we are going to glaze it later. So to get it into the mould, I like to roll it into a sausage shape, like this, just to make life a bit easier. Gently pop it in, put it down, and press, squeeze, wait for a few seconds, and pop it out. How cute! Okay, I'm going to put this on a lined baking tray, a separate one so I don't forget which one it is. And I'm going to keep doing this again and again. So be right back. Oh my gosh, this one's even better. I just had to show you. Ah, these are looking so cute already. I'm so happy with them. And I've got this little vegan one here too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bake these for an initial 15 minutes and then I'm going to glaze them. It's been 10 minutes. I've just pulled these out of the oven just when they're starting to go brown because it's time to glaze them. We don't want to glaze them when they're completely raw, otherwise the dough could dent and stuff, so we just pre-cooked them a little bit. As for my vegan one, I actually put this in for a good 15 minutes, so this one's fully cooked now. I'm not going to glaze it because I'm actually going to use an egg and milk glaze for the other one, so don't want that for the vegan one. You could glaze this with some nut milk or some soy milk, but I'm actually going to keep it as it is and see what happens. So let's make the glaze for these. To make the glaze, all you need is the yolk of a normal egg, normal chicken egg. Just going to crack the white into this bowl. We're not going to use that. I'm going to save the white because I'm making egg fried rice later, which is quite nice. Pop the yolk in another bowl, set that aside. Clean up because as usual I made a mess. And we're just going to break this up with a little splash of milk. Just to loosen that glaze off a bit. There, that's enough. And now I've actually let these mooncakes... What is that? And now I've actually let my mooncakes cool for about 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes. Ooh, let me adjust so you can see. There we go. So I've cooled these for about 5 minutes so they're easy to handle and not squishy anymore. And I'm going to very gently and lightly brush my glaze over. Not too much. We don't want to drown them. Just very lightly brush over. Lovely. I gave them a second coat because by the time I got here these ones were already a bit dry, so I thought why not give them a second coat and make them extra tanned kitties. And now I'm going to put them in the oven for a final 10 minutes until they are deeply golden brown, so let's go. And I might actually give the tray a turn as well because my oven tends to be cold on one side and hot on the other. So if your oven does that too, then you can give them a turn halfway through too. Here we are, all nice and tanned. Looking pretty good. Right, now we need to let these cool completely, but we're not quite finished with the process yet, even when they're cool, so let these cool down first. Now that these are completely cool, you'll notice they're a little bit hard and mooncake should be soft, and the way we achieve this is literally to put them in an airtight container. This one's going to be my friend's. Seal it up and wait at least 24 hours, so I will see you tomorrow. 24 hours later, and they are looking super shiny. Let's have a look. And this is because we've given the oil a chance to seep back out and soften everything up. So now they're nice and shiny. And even though we didn't glaze our vegan one with the egg glaze, it's looking very moist and lovely too. Now, I'm not quite done yet. You can stop at this point and eat them, but I'm actually going to paint these up a bit and have a bit of fun. So, we'll start with my vegan one first. Here I have 2 small amounts of vodka, and I'm using vodka because it evaporates off very fast. And I'm going to actually colour the collar red, lucky red, and paint the bell gold. I've got some edible gold luster dust, so I'm going to mix up a bit of paint now. If you have liquid food colouring, you don't have to do this, don't have to mix with anything. But because I'm using gel paste, it is rather thick, so I am going to loosen it up a bit. Oh, that is way too much for what I need. Never mind. It's our red. And now for our gold. I'm going to switch sides because I'm definitely going to put my elbow in this otherwise. Scoop some of that gold in and make a kind of paste. Nice. So what we'll do first is we're going to take some red paint and I'm going to paint the collar. That's the collar done. And now with the gold, I may need a bit more gold actually. I'm going to paint the bell. Oh no, I don't need any more gold, that is perfect. And that is it, isn't that so cute? Okay, I'm going to keep going and do this to all of them. Oh my goodness, I cannot deal with the cuteness! I mean, this isn't even really a feature, but they're so sturdy they stand up. Ah, stop it, this is just too adorable, look at them. And now of course we need to reveal that golden salted duck egg yolk inside. Absolutely beautiful. I know that was pretty brutal and heartless, but oh my goodness, what a result. Totally worth the mooncake brutality. And the texture when you cut into it is wonderful, so dense, soft and almost fudgy. Ah! Oh my goodness, I can't get over how stinking cute that is. And yes, I did end up painting the plaque bit gold too, because I thought it made the writing stick out a bit more nicely. Right, I'm going to set this guy down because I'd rather bite into one that I've cut rather than destroy a new one. Actually, let's compare. This is the half that I cut, and wow, that egg yolk is just perfectly done. That is amazing, so beautiful. Good. Right, I'm going to eat my hard work now. Cheers! If you're a salted caramel fan, you're going to love this. The balance between salty and sweet is divine. And that pastry is so sweet and just soft, and the textures are fabulous. You've got a little bit of grainy creaminess from that egg yolk and the smoothness from that sweet chestnut paste, and then a little bit of give from that pastry. Amazing. I'm going to enjoy this with my green tea. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video and I hope you'll join me next Wednesday for my next one. Get the full written recipe on my blog tashcakes.com and follow me on Instagram. I am tashcakes.tastes. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you'd like to see more. Give this video a like if you liked it to help other people find it. Comment down below if you'd like me to make anything in particular, and I'll see you guys next time. Be good, be nice, and have a good week. Oh damn, I missed the perfect opportunity to do the photo shoot with this thing.